Good evening and salutations, my young and restless fans. I don't even know how to. I don't even know how to describe this episode. I just described this show. The biggest story so far seems to be this whole Jesse Gaines. I mean, it seems to, is this whole Ashland Locke, his past, Victoria, Billy. It seems like that's the forefront of this show as far as storylines. Now, yeah, granted, there's other storylines. There's Mariah, some other stuff that's going on, but this seems like it's the forefront. So we're gonna start off with the whole Ashland and Victoria thing, because Victoria seems like each and every day she finds new ways to just, disappoint me, and just reinforce my theory. Well, not a theory at this point. It's just a proven fact that this woman is a dingbat. So I just came to the party. I don't know how long this man has been keeping his secret for. We finally, let's be honest. I was going to sit there and say we finally know. But honestly, to tell you with this guy, he's been a pathological liar since day one. So to be honest, he tells Victoria this sob story about how he came up with the money. About how he came into the money. I feel like Ashland used a bit of truth with lies, because I guess the best kind, or the best way you could sit there and try to tell a story, a convincing story, is to tell the bill of truth, to tell a bit of truth with some lies. He talks about how, and if the funny thing is, there's one point where he's like, he tells a story about him and some woman named Camilla Rhodes, I think, and how, she was a great role model. She took him under his wings, told him everything he knew. He really worked hard, and she was stepping away. She was just right along with him, side by side. And so, pretty much, she was like, when she died, in the will, she left him nothing. And it's funny because he was like, well, I don't mean to sit there and sound like a entitled boy, entitled man or whatever, that felt like he was owed some money. But after all my hard work and sacrifice and being with her, to have the money go to these frivolous charities and stuff like that is just, I'm like, so let me get this straight. You just said that you don't mean to come across, or you're not trying to come across as someone who is entitled, who felt like they were entitled to money, but yet you felt like you were entitled to money. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm not going to lie, I feel like having a deja vu that, I don't know, that I felt like I did this review a little bit. It was so kind of scary because I remember feeling this exact same way about how what he said made absolutely no sense. Anyway, he tells his story, and he tells about, I guess, whatever the father's name was Jesse Gaines, now the son's name is Jesse Gaines, I think, I'm not too sure. But he pretty much tells her, before he tells her, he's like, yo, listen, let you know, what I did was kind of illegal, and if I tell you, you can be an accessory, after the fact. After the fact, or whatever, you could be an accessory. So you sure you want to know? She's like, yes. Tell me everything. After he tells her everything, the legal parts and everything like that, now she's all worried. Now she's all like, oh, I didn't sign up for this. I can't believe you did this to me. I shouldn't have had to go through this. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, sweetheart, this man has been lying to you since day one. You dumb dingbat. Okay? And now you're like, okay, I'm just going to take this lie. I'm just going to accept this lie. He seems kind of shady. He's not telling me everything. He's being extremely vague. Yeah, no, I still want to marry him. Yep, no, this is definitely the right choice for me. Now she looked like she's freaking out, like, oh, I've worked so hard to make my company a success, and this, that, and the third. I'm just not there thinking, and you didn't bother to vet this man at all? I mean, hell, let's just sit there and say, for the sake of argument, they didn't get married. Okay, they just united their companies. And this came out. You would still be screwed. The only difference is, you decide to quote-unquote fall in love with a man who is shady as hell. Oh my goodness, I was going to sit there and say you can't make this up, but clearly they did. I feel like it takes a lot to make someone this stupid. I mean, hell, you don't even actually have to have a business degree or anything like that, and a little bit of common sense will sit there and tell you, maybe I should do my background when I decide to work with this person. I mean, hell, even most YouTubers who get sponsors and stuff like that, they tell you right off the bat, yo, listen, before you start accepting money from X, Y, and Z, look into their company. Do your research. Okay? And that's just YouTubers that starting off making a bunch of subscribers and having sponsors come to you. This woman is in charge of a large $1 million company. Nah, he's fine. He's cool. Yeah, I think I should date him. Yeah, I mean, I know I shouldn't be mixing business with pleasure, but nah, screw that. Oh, he's lying to me? Nah, it's okay. So when she's all freaking out, I'm just like, sweetheart. Listen, if anyone is a fan of Victoria, I would love for someone to tell me why. I really would. I really would. I mean, hell, to be fair, I just started watching this about last week. So I don't know all the ups and downs and stuff like that of these characters and what they've been through. So, you know, every character has their, I guess, their dingbat moment, or, you know, their moment when they're just a complete jackass. So, I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know much about Adam, but from what I'm saying, I can't tell if this guy's coming across as arrogant, or was she acting like, you know, the same Sally that she was when she was in Los Angeles, being super obsessive with Wyatt. Because, you know, Adam is all like, oh, just to let you know, you're coming with me on this trip, you know, we're just friends, we're not dates, I don't want to be with you, I don't want you to get this misunderstood or anything like that. And at first I was like, damn, bro, you really seem, you think really highly of yourself, don't you? Really highly of yourself. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not like, I felt like I wasn't liking that energy. Let's just put it that way. But at the same time, Sally has been known to be super obsessive, so maybe this was just a warning. Anyway, so while she is talking to him, just, reaffirming, hey, listen, it is what it is. I'm there to give her my dress. You're there for your sister. And that's all it's going to be. Chloe comes in, and when Adam leaves to get a text from Victor, one too many Victors. Anyway, when she leaves, Chloe's like, do you think this is a good idea? And she's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, you and Adam going to a very romantic city, at a wedding with your history? Are you sure this is a good idea for you to be doing? Are you absolutely sure? I'm just saying. And so I was like, nah, it's cool. I got this under control. It's just business. I'm just there to, give my trust to her, and that's it. She's like, alright, cool. Now, I gotta sit there and say that I feel like they're gonna do a much better job with the woman who played on General Hospital, Margaret, whatever her name is. I feel like they're gonna do a better job on this show with her than they did with her on GH. So that's cool. And same thing with the woman that plays Elena. Because let's be honest, when she was on GH, I think after the whole Dante thing, that her character just started to become extremely pointless. Like, you rarely saw her. I feel like they just didn't really use her right. They didn't really use her properly. And I feel like, at least on this show, they might use her more better. Let me know what you think. I don't know. If you watch GH, and you can kind of tell the difference, like if they're using her properly, let me know. Because I don't know. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I almost didn't even recognize her because she, like, cut her hair extremely short. So, it took me a second. Anyway, they're talking to, as Victor liked to sit there and call him, old Billy Boy. Anyway, Nate and Elaine, is not there talking to Billy, and Billy, well, pretty much, Nate and Elaine are, well, in a lot of ways, they're defending Ashlyn, and, Billy's like, he got a lot of stuff to hide, and, I just don't want whatever comes out of his closet to affect, the mother of my children or my children. Like, that's what his concern is. And, Nate's like, yo, listen, everyone has a past, you have a past. He makes her happy, I think that's what matters, and, I like to sit there and think that he changed from whatever the stuff that he went through, So there's that they're defending him. And, he's like, yeah, okay, I don't know, and at first, they make it seem like, are you going to sit there and try to stop the wedding? Because Billy was like, there may not be a wedding. Like, are you going to try to stop it? But Billy was like, well, I'm not going to try to stop it. But, if some information comes out, she can make a better informed decision. Now, he does get a text from someone. I guess the private eye that's they're looking into this whole Ashlyn thing. Meets up with the private eye. And out of nowhere, she brings out Jesse. Jesse Gaines, I think. Now, long story short, Jesse Gaines wants protection from Victor. He wants to tell the story. He feels like what happened way back when, in the way Ashlyn obtained this money and everything like that, was shady as hell. He doesn't like it. It's personal for him. So, because Billy was like, well, why are you here? Like, you could have just kept milking Ashlyn and Victor for more money. And they have more money than me. So you obviously want something. And he realized that he wants the truth to come out. So, Jesse's like, listen, if you can reassure me my safety, a little bit of money, whatever, mostly his safety, then he'll definitely sit there and work with him to get the actual real story out. Because at this point, we all know that Ashlyn, that story that, he told Victoria was not the whole story. It wasn't. Which at this point, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? At this point, it's one of those things where it's like, I guess what I'm sitting there trying to say is at this point, she's already freaking out about this half-hearted story that you told her. Now, if she loves you, like, you think that she does, why don't you just tell her the whole story? I feel, honestly, to tell you the truth, I feel like he's not telling her the whole story. and it's going to come back to bite him in the ass at this point. And let's be honest, I mean, she's been accepting his lies and his half-truths and his vague answers for so long that at this point it's like, yo, listen, if you can't trust her, after everything that you practically, I guess in some ways kind of put it through, then what's the point now? Besides the stuff with Sally and stuff like that, I felt like in some ways like, alright, what did Victor actually do in this episode? I mean, he went there, he talked to Elaine and Nate to sit there and try to find out where Billy was. And even Nate was like, why do you care? Like, y'all two don't like each other. And, of course, Nate gave them some sort of BS, some sort of BS answer or whatever. But then after that, he talks to Victor. And all Victor does, and I'm not gonna lie, this dude literally came in the last 6 minutes of this episode. I'm like, how much does this guy get paid for showing up literally 6 minutes towards the episode ends? Like, what was the point of that? And let's be honest, they didn't really talk about much. All Victor said was, alright, well, follow. We got to make sure that, we stay ahead of him and that, Billy doesn't stop this wedding. And that's pretty much about it. Also, I did forget to sit there and say that Victoria knows about Victor's involvement. With this whole Jesse Gaines thing. On top of that, Ashton was like, yo, listen, the threat isn't over. Like, as far as, Jesse Gaines, he could still sit there and, expose me. And now, if he exposes me, my company looks bad, and so does yours. And again, that's when I sat there and talked about how now she's kind of freaking out a little bit, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you put me through this. Like, I can't believe you still stay with this man after how many lies he told you. And of course, you kick your own brother to the side. I don't know what else to say about that. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think there's anything else, but like usual, I always feel like I missed something. So, if I did, please write it down in the comment section below. Also, I don't even know how to sit there and, I think I asked a question in the beginning about Victoria. Like, has she done anything good? Like why do people actually like her for? Or something like that? Because, I don't know. Like I said, I've only been watching the show for like 2 weeks. And already I'm just like, this woman is such a damn dingbat. Like, for so many reasons. So, I'm coming in this show during a low period for her. Now, she might have been really amazing, really great back in the day, or even back in a couple of months. And this just may be one of her times where it's just, I don't know. So, let me know about that in the comment section below. With that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. Be safe. See you in the next video.